So this question starts off by giving us this equation here. It's not very complicated. We just have two variables. We have x and y, and they both show up on both sides of the equal sign, which means I could simplify this. I'm going to hold off on that. I'm going to write it down here, right? Because we may have to come back to that. But I'm going to hold off on just simplifying it right now until I read what the question's all about. So the question says, Clayton will mix X milliliters of a 10% by mass saline solution. Well, that looks a lot like that, right? X and 0.10. With Y milliliters of a 20% by mass saline solution. So that's this part here. In order to create an 18% by mass saline solution. Here we go. So that's the creation, right? Because we're adding X plus Y together and getting an 18% by mass saline solution. The equation above represents this solution, so we saw that. So the next part of this question says, if Clayton uses 100 milliliters of the 20% by mass saline solution, well, that's Y, right? So that means that they're telling us that Y is equal to 100. The next part of this question goes on to say, how many milliliters of the 10% by mass saline solution must he use? So X, right? So we're given Y and we're trying to find X. So I'm going to go back to the original equation. So I have 0.10X plus 0.20. Now instead of Y, I'm going to replace it with 100, right? Because we know that Y is 100 now. So 100 equals, I'll just write this on the second line, 0.18 times X. And again, instead of Y, I'll say plus 100. All right, so now here comes the simplification. All right, so how do I simplify this? So I'd still have 0.10x, but 0.2 times 100 is going to be 20. So 0.10x plus 20. And I'm going to distribute this 0.18 across the parentheses. So I'd have equals 0.18x plus 0.18 times 100 is going to be 18. All right, so now just combining like terms, right? So I'm going to subtract 0.10 from both sides just so I can make my x positive. And I am going to subtract 18 from both sides. So this is now gone. I'm left with 2 here, and this is going to be 0.08x. Divide both sides by 0.08. And what I get is 25. So answer choice B is the correct answer.